I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch network. One of the things I love about working for this network, in addition to working with my brothers, is working with Michael Cohen. I host Political Beatdown, a podcast that airs every Tuesday and Thursdays live right here on the MeidasTouch YouTube channel with Michael Cohen. And look, we get to break all the news involving Michael Cohen here on the show that he hosts with us. And we get to get Michael Cohen's unfiltered reactions and responses to all of the ridiculous and offensive and idiotic statements coming from Donald Trump's inner circle. And so on the last Political Beatdown, we got to ask Michael Cohen about his reaction to Alina Habba saying things about him that are just utterly absurd and offensive. And the fact that Alina Habba is even saying these things, or even still has her legal license after being sanctioned almost $1 million, is somewhat astonishing. But as we always say, MAGA will stand for make attorneys get attorneys, and Alina Habba is no different. I mean, she's already testified too before grand jury, federal grand jury. So we will, I'm sure, be reporting more on Alina Habba in the future. But for now, let's watch Michael Cohen's epic unfiltered takedown. Play the clip. All right, Cohen, I gotta show you this Alina Habba video one more time, just to remind our viewers and listeners just how reprehensible and idiotic and just strange Alina Habba and Trump's legal team is. Here, play this clip, then I want your reaction.
It's kind of par for the course, as you said. I'm not as panicked as the media likes to make this. We knew that they had a DA. We have another Michael Cohen special that's happening here. And this will be the first time ever, if they do go ahead and try and indict a former president. Number one, that a former president's been indicted, which is a sad day in our country. And number two, that somebody gets indicted and gets charged with being extorted, because that is actually what happened. Let's remember that she wanted payments, hush money payments, they call them. This is something that a lot of people have gone through when somebody sues them and then they settle a case. But this is somebody who creates a story, goes and tries to go to the press, gets paid by his old attorney who advised him so. And that, let's not forget, there was an attorney involved here who did the payment, and orchestrated it. Mr. Cohen, lovely face. Can't wait to see him in court again soon.
Michael Cohen.
Yeah. So I think something that Alina seems to be forgetting, and I want to remind all of our brigaders, not more than about 6 weeks ago, a Florida-based federal judge has ordered nearly $1 million in sanctions against Donald Trump and his attorney, Alina Habba, calling the former president a mastermind of strategic abuse of judicial process. In a blistering 46-page order, U.S. District Court Judge Donald Middlebrook said Trump's sprawling lawsuit against Hillary Clinton and dozens of former Justice Department and FBI officials was an almost cartoonish abuse of the legal system. Here, and this is the quote, "Here, we are confronted with a lawsuit that should never have been filed, which was completely frivolous, both factually and legally, and which was brought in bad faith for an improper purpose." Now, I also want to remind people, in a case that I was suing, that I am still suing Donald Trump for, one of the craziest things, Alina Habba does a motion in order to dismiss the case, and she actually signs the motion as if she's the judge. I mean, this is really a legal beagle, And by the way, you saw also the videos of Stormy Daniels. Stormy Daniels is a nice-looking woman. All right. The fact that he could even turn around and say it really bothers me, that this is what he thinks his base wants to hear. Maybe it is. I don't know. But whatever it is, he's fucking disgusting himself. He's sexist and misogynistic. And you know what? Look, Alina Habba could say whatever she wants. I'm not scared. Of course you're not scared, right? I'd like to see Donald make that payment of the $1 million on your behalf. Don't be shocked if he makes you pay half of it. Right? Because that's just who he is. And believe me, he's not worried about losing you either. You're no legal genius. So, it'd just be one additional member off the D team. So have a good day, right? Look at the other lawyers that have gotten fucked as a direct result of Donald. You have, Eastman.
You got Eastman.
Cohen, you had Christina Bob. You have, me. You have Giuliani. How many more lawyers do you think need to end up getting screwed up? I think there's over a dozen lawyers that have now fallen into that Donald Trump, even Alina Habba. You are now on the record by a judge saying that your motions, that your complaint were frivolous. Cartoonish is what he turned around and called you. A cartoon. So before you want to sit there and attack me on truth, holding truth to power to ensure that our democracy continues, that our Constitution prevails, and that the biggest fear that our forefathers had is that there would ultimately one day be a president. 44 presidents didn't think this way until we got to number 45, that you don't want to be the president of the United States. You don't want to be there looking out for all Americans, that you want to be a king, a supreme leader, a monarch, a Führer. That's what he wants to be. And not while we're around, Ben. Not while political beatdown is up. Not while we got the MeidasTouch network. Not while I'm still breathing. I'm telling you right off the bat, we will continue to hold truth to power every single day.
Well, the federal judge who wrote the order that you were reading, Judge Donald Middlebrooks, also stated in the order that he believed that it was probably needed for Alina Habba to be referred to a state bar or licensing disciplinary authority because monetary sanctions probably don't go far enough based on the abuse. And I've always predicted that I think in the future, in the not so distant future, Alina Habba is going to be investigated by a state bar disciplinary authority for the conduct that she's engaged in. You have the judicial order saying that she abused judicial processes over and over again, which should kind of be a per se violation. That's just my opinion. But one of the things Alina Habba is saying, I'm not afraid. Well, Alina Habba, you're not going to try the case. You're not a
right.
trial lawyer. You're not gonna. He doesn't put you in to actually do the oral arguments because you're that bad that you can't. Wow. Sometimes Michael Cohen's takedowns and words are just so powerful that I'm just like, mic drop. There's nothing even else for me to say, but really enjoy hosting this show with him. It's a great response. And as always, we'll keep you posted on all new developments relating to Michael Cohen right here on the MeidasTouch Network. Do me a favor, hit subscribe. We are on our way to 1 million subscribers here. Help us get to that 1 million mark in March. Also, check us out at patreon.com/MeidasTouch. And wherever you get your audio podcast, just search Political Beatdown. Until next time, I'm Ben Meiselas.
The best part of waking up? MAGA tears in my cup. Check out the new MAGA tears mug available now at store.MeidasTouch.com. That's store.MeidasTouch.com. It's 100% union made right here in the USA. I know I'm not tired of winning yet. How about you? Get yours today.